Hey everybody, I'm going to change the oil in my front differential. This one does have a filler plug, but this is the first time I'm doing it, and I've noticed they got a lot of gasket sealing all oozing out of it around the edges. So I'm actually going to drop the whole front, take it off, clean it all up, reseal it, because this doesn't look right to me. So I'm going to take it all off. These are 1/2 inch heads, so you get a 1/2 inch socket. Gonna use a little impact. Should be able to get off. I don't think anything is seized up, but I want to clean this all up, make it a little better. Like this is just oozing out that gasket, and make it look better. I just got my impact. Just crack them loose real quick. Got a nice extension on it, so get through those. One. Get this out before it starts raining down mess. Where's that? Where you at? Where you at? They're all loose. It's always good to lay them out the way you take them off, just in case there's one that's different. I think these are all going to be the same type of bolts. I'm going to take them all out except for the top one, top center one. And then I'll pry this loose. Yeah, it's stuck in there good. Get a screwdriver to pry it out. Alright, I got all my bolts out except for the top center. Just have to pry this out. Alright, I got the filler cap out. I'm trying to work my way in here. It's pretty tight. It's coming. Man, it is on there tight. You might want to come. There it goes, coming out. Oh, it's coming all on me too. Some nasty stuff. Clean all this up real good. I don't like how the gasket was coming in here. All the crud's still in here. I took this to the shop and had them, told them I wanted all my differential oil and everything changed. I was getting my vehicle inspected. I think they just topped it off. They didn't service it or anything. I told them to service my differentials. And I think they just topped it off and that was it. I want to do this proper. And clean this all up. Spray it down. Look, this gasket's all almost coming up in here. Don't like that at all. Somebody went crazy with the gasket. I'm gonna go online and see if they actually have a proper like quart gasket or something for this. It may not. If not, then I'll just do it proper. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna get some pretty much running out. Some brake cleaner. There's the last of it. I'm going to use a Scotch-Brite. Try to get all this gasket off. Don't want to use anything too abrasive because you don't want to mar it up, the metal. Make it nice and smooth. I think Scotch-Brite's fine. Not too rough, not too soft. A lot of gasket. So after I clean this up, spray it out again. I'll take the cover, clean the cover up real good. I might even paint it. But I'm going to try to get all this gasket off of here. Clean this up, make it nice and smooth. And same with the cover. Get it ready for a new seal. Alright, it's starting to get dark out here, so gotta make this quick. But I just want to spray it all down with degreaser. Get all the loose paint off, get all the gasket off. I think I'm going to paint it with this acrylic paint. It's a paint and primer combined, flat black. And give it a nice little look. So basically I'm just going to work it, clean it up, paint it, call it new. Basically, gotta work, make sure you get all this gasket off. And I'll sand this down, well, clean it all up, make it nice and smooth. Don't want any residue left of it. There's a ton of gaskets sealing on here. Now this cover does have two little tits right here, rubber tits. I guess that's a little guide. Put it on, but you don't want to cut those off or sand them off. A ton of gasket on here. Just oozing all out. Alright, well, I'm going to keep on working on this. Get it ready to paint. Let it dry for a couple days and put it back on. Alright, I'm going to hit it real quick before it gets too dark. This is acrylic paint. It's primer. Primer in one. Okay, I'll let this sit. Might hit it with a second coat later on. Maybe tomorrow. Getting kind of late, gotta start cleaning up. But I think it's gonna look good once I put it back on. I'm gonna go online and see if there is actually a gasket for this thing. Maybe somebody made like an aftermarket type of gasket for it. I don't think the original one does come with a gasket. It's just that silicone stuff that you use. But I want to take a look online before I put it on, so I'm going to give it at least a day or two to dry, and I'll put it on and fill it up. Alright, I got my cover, cleaned it all up, actually painted it, trying to make it look good. Got all the gasket out of it, cleaned up real nice. And I bought this type of gasket. Let's see if it actually holds. But I first want to spray it out a little bit more, get all the gunk out of it. Get some brake cleaner. Got some stuff on the bottom I see accumulated. Just have a nice clean rag that won't leave any lint or anything behind. Just wipe it out. Try and get all the gunk out of it. And with the clean part of the rag, you want to make sure you wipe it all down, all the outside seal, you want it nice and dry. Alrighty, let's line up this gasket. There you go. See, the way the hole panners are, it only goes on one way. And I got the hole panners lined up. So you always want the the fill plug. This will be on the driver's side. Get a bolt started. Got top center bolt started. I'll just work my way around, get all the other bolts started. Alright, I got them all started. I'm going to hit them real quick. I'm not going to tighten them down, I'm just going to snug them up. Kind of crisscross when you're tightening. Oop, a little tight. I want to torque them down to 30 pounds. Bad angle, I want to strip that out, but I know it's pretty damn tight. That's them all tightened down. Time to fill it up. Alright, to take the filler out. Use a 1/2 inch. Pop it out. And I'm going to use this gear oil I got. 7590. I'm going to use, I think there's calls for 80, 90, 85, 90. Let's see, I don't really plan on driving it too much. I'm going to kind of always use this as like a flush everything out. And change out to proper weight oil later on. Everybody says 75, 90 is good enough. Just pump it up until it starts oozing out. And it's full. There you go. It's starting to ooze out. Clean the filler plug up. Give it a quick wipe. Make sure it's nice and clean. Cap it off. Snug it down a little bit, not too much. I don't want to kill it. I'm just going to wipe everything clean and dry. Try to get. And so far, nothing's leaking out. I'll come back tomorrow and double check, but looks like that gasket's holding. Don't feel anything at all. It looks a lot better. I mean, I had it all oozing out. The silicone gasket that we used. So I think this looks a lot better, a lot more professional. I can't wait till I kind of. And I'm planning on. I think this thing, like I say, this is. I believe these are original springs. I think it has original shocks on this thing. So I bought this thing and had it shipped to me. I think it was kept in the garage. Needs a lot of work done to it. I plan on doing. This is one of it. It's slowly getting there. Project I have. It's going to probably take me a couple years. I'll get it done. Well, that's my front differential cover. Took this cover off, painted it. Took the old gasket out. Cleaned it all up, cleaned the inside out, sprayed it out, put the cover on, new gasket, filled it up. That's my CJ7 Jeep project. Thanks for watching.